Buster arthritis drug is being pulled off the market. New Jersey-based pharmaceutical company Merck announced the worldwide recall of its most popular drug,
Vioxx, a drug commonly used around the world for a multitude of reasons shown on screen. But back in 2004, an extreme, and I mean extremely complex recall involving this once trusted drug would occur, along with the unfortunate deaths of thousands of people taking the drugs, just on the lower end. So without further ado, let's dive into this crazy story. Being released all the way back in 1999, the Vioxx drug would be released to the public for general use, but more specifically, in May of 1999, by the Merck company, a company that primarily works in the medical, biological, and animal health product market overall. So all things considered, the perfect company to be releasing a revolutionary drug to the world. But why was this supposed game-changer drug in the drug market released? Well, in the 1990s, when a major opioid crisis was going on, the Merck company brought Vioxx to the market as a more safer, non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory drug, much like drugs like naproxen and ibuprofen, drugs meant to be painkillers and also not addictive. But what really set Vioxx apart from a lot of the other non-addictive painkiller drugs is its multi-use way that the drug can be used, such as the list shown on screen. And with months earlier, before the drug's initial release date in November 1998, with its reported around 5,400 test subjects that Merck tested the drug on, with confirmation from the FDA, the Vioxx drug was given permission to be released to the general market. And throughout the 1999 era, with high and extreme success, the Vioxx drug was an overnight success, reportedly gaining between $2.5 billion and as high as $5.5 billion in profit just in annual revenue as a result of having the drug on market. For the pharmaceutical market as a whole, from Maverick, the Vioxx drug was extremely revolutionary and really just shook up the drug market as a whole, that unlike really anything else we have never quite seen before. And come the 2000s, this extreme love for the drug would only rise and grow as the years went on. But I think we have to keep in mind and put into some context on what is in the Vioxx drug, with a mix of compounds and chemicals such as rofeicopside and an extremely strong and effective chemical found in the Vioxx drug. However, with it, the drug is also reported to have serious risk of cardiovascular problems, where the heart and blood vessels can have serious problems in transporting blood across the body, often resulting in breathing and bone problems. And that's the only one of many chemicals and compounds found in the Vioxx drug, and really makes you wonder what else could be found in this nationally popular drug. And speaking of national, with the massive success that the Vioxx drug was receiving from a reported 80 countries that the drug was in use throughout the 2000s, gaining tons of money worldwide, and with a reported advanced research that the drug had gotten for years on end, was seen as very reliable and trustworthy. However, that's not 100% the case, because an undisclosed report from the Merck company all the way back in 1999 reported that the second meeting with the Vioxx company reported that as of November 1st of 1999, reportedly that a whopping 79 out of 4,000 patients taking Vioxx suffered from serious heart problems, or in some cases had died from taking the drug. But regardless, for the Maverick company was irrelevant due to the profit that was in the drug. And if there was a leak on these test results, this could seriously affect Merck's sales of the Vioxx drug. But come the year 2000, these problems for both Merck and the Vioxx drug would prove to not go away, such as a reported multiple financial disclosures filed against Merck due to reported multiple increased injuries and even deaths from taking the drug. And come the summer of 2000, these small but notable problems from Merck would start to become big and unavoidable problems, such as in May of 2000, when the Merck company submitted it to the Vioxx paper to the New England Journal of Medicine for publication, reported that data included only 17 out of the 20 heart attacks Vioxx patients had or have, or 85% are dangerous to them. And come July of 2000, with several reporters from the Merck company reported that with several test studies from multiple patients from the taking and a multitude of drugs, that the Vioxx drug was the one directly relating to any heart attacks that they suffered from by patients taking Vioxx during the study. But come October of 2000, with mounting tension from the Merck brand and more notable heart attacks, injuries, and deaths from Vioxx, the FDA was informed about these shocking results. However, with the FDA more than likely just chalking these injuries and deaths as a bunch of coincidental one-offs, the FDA, for at least now, did nothing involving these results from the Vioxx drug. But come the year 2001, the FDA would hold a major meeting on the Vioxx trials to examine and figure out the problem with the Vioxx drug, and on the FDA website, they would put out an infraction form on the potential dangers that the Vioxx drug might cause as a way to inform the public that by this point, the Merck company wasn't doing. But come August of 2001, when these injuries and even reported deaths involving Vioxx was occurring, many cardiologists studying and keeping tabs on the Vioxx case reported to the American Medical Association in their meta-analysis of the Vioxx case reported that from the FDA data available they released could confirm that there was significant heart problems involving the Vioxx drug, and furthermore cast serious doubt on the hypothesis that the narcolepsy drug does indeed protect the heart, for that matter, almost as a counter-result of taking the Vioxx drug. So I think it's clear that by this point, the Vioxx drug was showing real and serious problems, but for some reason, around this time, Merck nor the FDA was doing anything about this crazy drug situation involving Vioxx. But come the year 2002, several epidemiological studies would indeed point towards the fact that the Vioxx drug was connected to an increased risk of cardiovascular problems, in turn really being able to link all these heart attack cases to the Vioxx drug, and would really start to give an understanding on how this drug was so dangerous and in some cases deadly. But what was most amazing by this point was how Merck's Vioxx brand of drug was still on the market despite its clear revealed. By this point, the FDA and the American Medical Association, as well as the several other drug companies discovering the true dangers of the Vioxx drug. But around this time, for the rest of the world, with the Vioxx drug so popular, problems with the drug, there were also worldwide problems by this point involving the aforementioned heart attack problems, so much so, a reported whopping around 500,000 linked deaths involving Vioxx that would occur, and throughout the 2003 timeframe, these deaths would show no sign of slowing down despite its clear and obvious dangers that the drug has to it. But unfortunately, more than likely, the reason why this was the case is just due to how much profit the Merck company was making off of their second most popular drug of all time. And if the Vioxx drug were to go off of store shelves, this could cause their stock to fall drastically, as well as for the Merck brand, this would cause public image to be critically damaged, and the fines that the Merck company would receive could seriously hurt and even permanently damage their net worth permanently as a result of this potential controversy. But come the year 2004, all hell would arguably break loose for Vioxx and the Merck brand, with it being reported that in September of 2004, that a study prevention program called APPROVE provided that the Vioxx drug was indeed responsible throughout the past year and a half, responsible for at least 60,000 deaths directly related to the Vioxx drug, and with a reported around 140,000 heart attacks related to Vioxx just by taking the drug. The FDA could no longer stand on the sidelines of this crisis, with the FDA getting involved to finally do something against Merck. The drug was quickly taken off of store shelves and recalled as a result. However, the imminent problem is with a reported around 20 million Americans having taken the drug. It's clear that the Vioxx drug was a silent killer, potentially ready to kill millions of people, with this image alone only representing around 5% of those potential casualties. This, of course, is a bit of an over-exaggeration, with the real casualty numbers of these Vioxx deaths being around 38,000 casualties, and overall cases of injuries being 88,000 in the United States alone. But all throughout the year 2004, with the Merck brand taking the Vioxx drug off of store shelves was ultimately the best things that the company could do to the national hate that was being directed basically all towards the company by this point. But come the year 2005, with chaos at an all-time high involving Vioxx, a Dr. Jeffrey Diesenwerken for the ENGM reported to the NPR, a non-profit media organization that caters in freedom of press to the world, reported from Dr. Jeffrey that the Merck company ultimately quote-unquote hoodwinked us, or tricked us, or deceived us into what information that the Merck company knew about any data of the dangers of the Vioxx drug. But come August of 2005, the Texas state courts would return a verdict against Merck, and a reported 13,000 lawsuits against the Merck brand was disputed. It's unclear on how much these 23,000 plaintiffs got out of this suit, but for the Merck company, extremely damaging, just to say the least, where their reported net worth was taking a major dip as a result of the controversy. All Merck could really do by this point is hold on and brace for the impending hits of the lawsuits that was coming against the company. And throughout the years, from 2005 to 2007, these lawsuits, litigation, and just overall legal troubles against Merck would prove to be, as mentioned, worth billions, as it would be reported that the Merck company would be paying a whopping over $4.85 billion in restitution and legal fees as an overall result of selling their painkiller Vioxx. And come the year 2008, even before all settlements were disputed, was reported to be one of the largest drug settlements ever. Well, I hope you enjoyed this interesting story on the failure of the Vioxx drug. It really is just an overall tragedy on what false, inaccurate, and just not even reporting can cause to the world, no less. But much like a lot of recalls and controversies, is a tall tale on what to do next time. Well, if there is a next time. But with that, I've been Skipper's Son, and I hope y'all have a great day.